Thomas opened a restaurant and so does Sopa. Doesn't seem like such a good idea now, does it, Turner?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest moments from South Park's COVID specials.
I couldn't even call it a special. It was more like an event.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most side-splitting scenes from Trey Parker and Matt Stone's iconic South Park specials set during the COVID-19 pandemic. Which of these made you laugh the hardest? Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Butters and NFTs.
Excuse me. Hello? Well, hey, fellas!
Our vision of what the future will look like is constantly changing with new technologies. But just because they're new and innovative doesn't mean they aren't without faults. So the creators of South Park have plenty of ammunition. Giant screens adorn buildings. Head fashion has taken an interesting turn, and it's clear the creators aren't entirely sold on cryptocurrency.
Okay, I see you're in one of our Mach 10 Super Plus rooms.
Now, of course, we only take Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency because, it's the future. We've all decided centralized banking is rigged, so we trust more in fly-by-night Ponzi schemes.
But perhaps one of the funniest future-related jokes comes from Future Butters. It turns out, after being grounded for so long, he started selling NFTs.
How about the Applebee, huh? He's got a little hat and a mustache. And this is chicken fried steak. He ain't no normal chicken, he's wearing a bra.
Of course, despite how enthusiastic his pitches are, it's clear that the show is poking fun.
Luckily, I came out of it okay. I got this little miniature donkey with a lit-up sombrero.
Number 9. Mr. Mackey's Zoom call.
Can everyone hear me okay?
I can hear you.
As the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the world, the concept of remote working became something many people had to adjust to. While the younger generation might have easily adapted to the technology, older generations might not have found it so simple. As Mr. Mackey gets on a call with all the distressed parents, he quickly loses control as they all begin shouting over each other. So he begins to wield the power of the mute button.
Okay, everyone, all right. Okay, I just muted everybody, okay? Now, if we don't get along, I'll just sit here with you all on mute.
The back and forth on a massive call like this has become a too familiar reality, and Mackey's response is reminiscent of some other funny, out-of-control meetings that came to light in 2021.
Okay, boom! You're all muted! Okay, I can do this all day!
Number 8. VIP vaccinations. The creators of South Park have made it clear where they stand on COVID vaccinations, with some subtle and not so subtle jabs of their own.
We'd like to get in there and get some vaccinations, okay?
Are you on the list?
Well, no, I'm not on the list. I tried to get on the list. I sat on my computer 30 nights in a row trying to make a vaccination appointment and get on the goddamn list.
However, as the virus spread rapidly throughout the world in the early days, vaccinations became valuable commodities. The South Park vaccination special illustrates this exclusivity in hysterical fashion. Seeing everybody trying to get in and get their vaccine as if it was a club is a perfect parody of what it felt like trying to get one.
Everyone clear out of the way. Clear the entrance. We have VIPs coming out.
Where to next, everybody? That was our second shot. Let's go to the bars.
But what's even funnier is how the elderly begin flexing their newfound status.
Have fun social distancing, loser!
Number 7. The whites explain the truth.
But we have to tell children the truth. They have to know. They have to know what?
South Park has never shied away from poking fun at conspiracy theorists. With the rise in popularity of such theories during the presidency of Donald Trump, Matt Stone and Trey Parker couldn't miss this chance to take advantage.
He's trying to give us some kind of signal.
Part of the QAnon movement, the White family looked to Garrison for leadership and find unexpected meanings in his words.
The Chosen is teaching now. He's taking Q's message straight to the children, and he wants us to do the same.
And while the creators of South Park had plenty of fun illustrating themselves as a member of the elite, what's even funnier is their jab at so-called censorship. Just as Mr. White attempts to reveal the truth, the creators cut away.
And if anybody starts to care, they'll just cut us off when we tell the truth. And the truth is that...
Hilarious. Number 6. Cartman's social distancing. Of course, the one who would be the most stoked about learning over Zoom would be Cartman.
Another day inside, don't have to do a thing. I love you, social distancing.
As we're sure many people did during the stay-at-home learning periods, Eric found clever ways to trick his school into thinking he was attending class when he was actually having the time of his life.
I'm cut off from the world, isolated, alone. This is what I call existencing.
While show tunes haven't been particularly prominent in the more recent episodes of South Park, Cartman can't help but break into song over his delightful social distancing. To be honest, we wouldn't mind one of those 6-foot sticks.
Stay away from me, man. Yeah, you got to keep your social distance.
Number 5. Cartman becomes a rabbi.
I'm actually the head of Gespenza Synagogue down in Colorado Springs. Can you believe it? I'm a rabbi.
Time traveling isn't something new to South Park, and we've seen future versions of some characters before, including Eric Cartman, when he inadvertently ruins his own life.
I do what I'm wrong.
No, wait! Oh, God damn it!
We sort of figured such a negative person like Eric Cartman would end up with a horrible future. But it turns out, post-COVID, he's the happiest of the group. He's even got a family, and is Jewish. Given his hatred for Kyle, this is entirely unexpected, but incredibly humorous.
You know, in the Torah, when Abraham first heard the word of God...
Just knock it off! You don't believe a word of that shit. You're just doing all this to get a rise out of me.
Kyle, you really think I would spend 40 years of my life just to get a rise out of you?
Yes, I do!
The extreme extent to which Eric practices his faith, even in the bedroom, leads to some of the funniest lines in South Park's COVID specials. Number 4. Garrison returns.
I'm back!
Garrison became South Park's stand-in for President Donald Trump in the lead-up to and after the presidential election. Some might have found his character not as funny before this dramatic change in career. So when he returned to South Park, it was great to see him back to regular, outrageous form, even if the residents would disagree.
I happen to be the only teacher brave enough to teach your kids right now, so you better all get real woke real fast. Come on, Mr. Service!
The creators know how ridiculous this character's life has been, and even though there is plenty of funny commentary about it after he returns, the funniest by far is his short roundup with PC Principal.
I realized I was gay. And then I realized I wasn't gay, I was a woman. And after I transitioned, I thought it was a little mistake, and then I went through a phase of being the President of the United States.
What a life, right? Number 3. Little Cuties.
I just want this over with. Let's get these stupid things to the teachers and go home.
I don't think so, community kids.
The QAnon group from the vaccination special are farcical, and there's no mercy as South Park pokes fun at their elaborate theories.
We sift through all the information on the internet and present it to your child for a uniquely curated experience.
So when they decide to take on the role of stay-at-home tutors, misinformation runs amok, leading to the creation of Little Cuties. This group of anti-vaccine kids draws many parallels to people and events in real life.
Lil Cuties.
Lil Cuties with a Q and an apostrophe after the L? That's way better than community kids, guys. I told you we're getting lazy.
But as community kids face off against the young protesters, the funniest moment comes from none other than Butters, who explains concisely why he joined the group in the first place.
Well, I just wanted to believe in something that would get me out of the house. Well, I didn't give a shit what it was.
Number 2. Cops become teachers.
We have hired all new teachers, okay? These are people who've recently lost their jobs due to recent events and are desperate for work. Okay, so they'll do just about anything.
What new teachers?
For South Park's police force, violence is a first resort. But with law enforcement in the United States under more scrutiny, they lose funding and find themselves with nothing to do. So they become the new educators of South Park's youth.
Now listen, we're gonna start finger painting right now!
However, even in a classroom setting, they can't seem to control their violent overreactions. What follows is a poignant parody of racial bias and police brutality. The police do actually regain their funding.
Boys, We are back in business.
But have apparently learned nothing, turning up to quell civil unrest, fully militarized and trigger-happy. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Chin diapers. South Park pokes fun at people not wearing masks properly.
Hey, do you people mind? You're supposed to wear your mask over your nose? It looks like you're wearing a diaper for your chin. Chin diapers don't help.
Israel saves South Park. All looks lost until Israel comes to save the day. COVID-19 is helping Garrison. The president spells out why COVID is beneficial for him.
All I have to do now is sort of guide the avalanche in the right direction, and I'm fulfilling my promises to the American people. I was doing a crap job until this pandemic happened.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Randy started the pandemic.
Yes, we've been able to trace the virus and confirm that it did in fact come from a seedy part of China.
Ah, told ya.
And in fact, we've pinpointed the virus to a certain bat in Wuhan.
A bat in Wuhan?
As the show has gone on in years, a creative choice was made to move Randy and the Marshes out to Tegrity Farm, the home of Randy's new business. This has allowed for the father of the Marsh family to become the focal point of more episodes, leading to some ridiculous shenanigans, including with Mickey Mouse. After traveling to China with the mouse, the two go out on a bender, resulting in their relations with questionable partners.
I mean, if you can handle a bat,
Then what?
you ever have sex with a pangolin?
The is a pangolin?
After Randy realizes that he started COVID, he goes on a ridiculous adventure trying to erase the evidence. It's such a funny bit that his avoidance of responsibility leads to some equally priceless plot lines in later specials.
Does it matter what started coronavirus? Who cares what started coronavirus? You guys are being racist!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.